welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're ready to get started. Thanks for coming to class today. We are going to be learning about healthier fast food options when you go to fast food restaurants. And I printed out handouts for both of you. So you can actually cut these out and fit them inside your wallet. Isn't that awesome? So the most important thing to learn about fast food restaurants is that we can still eat healthy even when eating fast food. Some of the most important things to look for, as you can see in your handout, is you want meals below 500 calories, you want the options that have the least amount of fat, and you do not want to supersize your meals. So can anyone tell me an option of a condiment, for example, that has the least amount of fat?
It says here barbecue sauce.
Perfect.
Sweet and sour sauce or ketchup?
Exactly. So when you choose a burger, chicken nuggets, things like that, toppings are a big deal. You don't want to put mayonnaise on it because that has a lot of fat. You don't want to put tartar sauce, sweet and sour, and sour cream, things like that. Instead, you want to put barbecue sauce, ketchup, or sweet and sour because they have the least amount of fat. Another very important thing to look out for is added sugar. Do you guys know where we can find some hidden added sugar within fast food restaurants?
Sodas.
Exactly. Sodas, sweet tea, lemonade, drink, they all have lots of hidden sugar. And those are things that we want to try and avoid. So as I mentioned earlier, another issue is portion sizes. When you go to fast food restaurants, they're going to ask you, do you want to supersize it? Do you guys think we should supersize our meals?
No.
Exactly.
Probably not.
Because when we supersize our meal, as you can see here in the handouts, it makes your calories go up. So if you were to get a Whopper Jr. without mayo, it's only 260 calories, which, as we already addressed, is below 500. If you were to supersize that and put mayo on it, that calorie count would go up exponentially. Another important thing for us to remember as adults is that we play a big influence on our children's eating habits. Dree, do you think of a few ways that you influence your child's eating habits?
I think my child would eat the same thing that I would eat.
That's a good point. Autumn, what about you?
Yeah, like wherever I take them to eat, that's what they get.
That's a good point. I know when I was a child, I would eat everything my parents ate. So a really important thing for us to know is that us as parents and the media play a really big influence on what our kids eat. So when we go out to fast food restaurants, it's important that we order the foods that we want them to order. So when we choose our side dishes and we're trying to get those low-fat options, we're going to go for the fruits and the vegetables, and our kids will most likely copy us. Can you guys think of another thing that may influence your children to want to go eat at fast food restaurants?
Oh yeah, my son loves the toys that he gets. He collects them.
Yes. So fast food restaurants use it as reinforcement for children to want to go and order their Happy Meals. So perhaps one good tip is, son, I know you want that race car, but perhaps you can only eat it after you have your apples.
That's a good one.
Yep. It encourages children to eat fruits and vegetables instead of other unhealthy fast food options that have high fat, and it's reinforcing them positive behavior. And it reminds them that that's something that you would encourage, right? So, Dree, based on what we discussed here today, can you tell me what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
I would say McDonald's.
McDonald's, all right. Can you tell me, based on this list here, or perhaps off the top of your head, what meal plan you would choose now when you went to McDonald's?
Probably a salad.
A salad, that sounds great. Do you think you would ask for grilled or fried chicken?
Grilled.
Why grilled?
It tastes better and it's healthier.
Because it has less fat.
Aha, good point.
Good job. So as a side dish, what do you think you would order?
Apple dippers with low-fat caramel dip.
That is perfect. Autumn, he chose the apple dippers. What is a side dish that he should avoid at McDonald's?
Probably the French fries.
Probably the French fries. Super high in saturated fat. And I bet they have way more calories than the apples do. So, Autumn, what are some healthier condiments that you think you would order for a salad, chicken, or a cheeseburger?
I would probably use ketchup.
Okay.
Or mustard. It's 0 calories.
And if you were ordering a salad, do you think you would go for the high-fat ranch or the low-fat Italian vinaigrette?
Definitely the vinaigrette.
Perfect. All right. And what's a way that you guys feel you can prevent your children from eating unhealthy fast food?
They're going to emulate whatever I do, so by making those healthier choices myself, they might follow in suit, and then also by setting stricter rules on what they can order at these places.
That sounds great. Okay. So let's go over the calorie count. Sorry, my friend.
We're doing good.
Okay, so let's go over the calorie count. As you can see here, all of these options are less than 500 calories. For example, at McDonald's, the grilled chicken classic, you get a full grilled chicken, 420 calories.
What?
But you need to keep in mind that this already has 10 grams of fat. So if you want to still monitor how much fat you're going to put on this meal, and we want a portion size or reduce total amount of fat intake, you're definitely going to pay attention to your sides if you get the grilled chicken classic, you know? And you're definitely not going to put mayonnaise on it. But if instead you got a salad and it had such low fat in it, then perhaps every so often you can tweak and get away with ordering maybe a medium fat level dressing, you know?
So if I really like sweets, like what can I get for that? I mean, if I'm cutting out, I'm eating a salad instead, like is there any way I can incorporate sweets into that as well?
That's a great question that's actually written here on your handout. So frozen cherry drinks, for example, from Burger King, they have no fat, and it's one of the healthier options of their sweets. You can get a kiddie cone rather than a regular size ice cream cone at
Wow.
McDonald's.
It's only 45 calories?
It's only 45 calories.
Dang.
Remember, portion sizes. So you don't only have to eliminate super size, you can also just get the child size instead of the adult size. Or you can get an oatmeal raisin cookie, which doesn't have chocolate chips, for example. Dree, what kind of sweets do you think you would get at Wendy's?
Wendy's. The Junior Original Chocolate Frosty.
Exactly. I'm sure the Frosty has way less sugar than the ice cream, and it's the junior size. I'm so proud of you guys for really catching on to this topic. Do we have any questions?
No, I think this was great. I'm definitely going to try and put this into action.
Great.
And we're more informed.
Great. So go ahead, cut this out, put it in your wallet, and when you go home to your children, make sure you encourage those fruits and vegetables.
Great. Cool. Wow, that was so close to laughing like 2 times. Hey, Dree kept looking at the camera.